And with that, we'll go into the news. And it was a really, it was an interesting week of news. Really, like large things happened. I would say. And
Mhm.
we do big ones, we do little ones here. Let's jump in. And so, it turns out that we did it, Joe. um, Britney Spears' father has agreed to step down from the really controversial conservatorship that has been really widely covered in the news, especially as of late, with documentaries, with news articles, with
Mhm.
Britney Spears herself kind of cryptically speaking out about it. And basically, for those who are kind of just like checking in or just like figuring out what like the whole Free Britney thing is all about, for the past 10 years, like, or more than that at this point, like
That's 13
13,
years.
yeah, since 2008, um, basically her dad has been in control with a team of lawyers, um, of her life, of her estate, all the different things she can do, a lot of her like freedoms and different things like that, controlling her PR, basically deeming Britney Spears unable to, like take care of herself as a person, as a result of, any number of different like outside assumptions of Britney Spears as a person, like outside assumptions, like inside assumptions, whatever. Like there's very, very covered of how much fame affected Britney Spears, but also B, how much the over coverage and like insane media attention also negatively affected Britney Spears, and how like there also needs to be a reckoning for that as well. But
Mhm.
as it relates to like Jamie Spears, he's kind of saying in this 15-page filing, says that he, quote, intends to work with the court and his daughter's new attorney to prepare for an orderly transition to a new conservator. Um, and then it said that he's in a position to step aside when the time is right, because it was originally kind of unclear whether or not he was stepping aside immediately. But at least this is like the beginning steps, as it were, for him to step aside, which is positive. I mean, obviously, like we on Audioface, the kind of people were like, we need to see this at the end, right? Like when it actually
When it
happens.
happens, exactly.
Yeah. So that's at least how I feel about it, but it's definitely at least a
I'm
very public step.
same exact way. Well, you can say as much as you want, but until it actually happens, then that's when we'll actually wave the flag of woo, finally. But then he says also to step down and have somebody else be in charge of the conservatorship. That's what worries me, is to see who else would be in charge if it's not her and slash her um, team or whoever could control it. So then she can get kind of control back of her life as well.
Yeah, the question is sort of like, and like legal analysts are saying this is like, how soon is the transition going to take place? And yeah, like Sean, you were just saying, in what way? Like, is there going to be a new conservator? Is Britney Spears just going to be named conservator of her damn self? Like, how is this going to work? And is this going to be in a way that, I mean, like, well, I mean, is she just gonna like have autonomy of herself and her own decisions again, as like good or bad as it may be, just as like every other celebrity gets to make really good and really bad decisions, but they do that with
Yeah.
their own autonomy. um there's also the matter of like there's 10 years of, again, I'm sorry, 13 years of all of this stuff that is like, is Britney's got like irreparable harm and damage. It piles on to what she was already going through in the aughts, right? So it's there's still like much more work to be done. It's a good celebration point, like it's a positive note, but like as these things go on, as we're saying, like there's more needs to happen here. This isn't like the journey's over yet.
Right. Exactly.